Good morning, guys. Back in the pig woods, checking things out. I left 3 snares up that same day I took that sow out. She was kind of, I think, like the matriarch too. Anyway, I left 3 snares that night. 1, 2, 3. But then I came in the next day and I rebaited. I came in the next day. None of the corn was touched. So anyway, it's just as well. It's just as well because I've got a lot of irons in the fire, and but I like to keep them going. And this happens every year, guys. So don't get discouraged. These things are smart as Labrador retrievers, okay? But they don't seem to retain a whole lot of longevity on you know, what they've run into. They forget stuff after a while, and yeah, they'll come back in and start hitting this corn. So it's usually, my experience in the past is about 5 days. So this has been, what, 3rd day, and about 5 days. It could go longer. I haven't seen it go any longer than that. Pretty much, they come back in. Their belly hunger overrides their fear after a while. Imagine that. And then they come back in and start getting piggy. I lost my when I set up these snares, I pulled out my foot thing, which was right there, as you recall. And I pulled it all out, wound the cable up, and I stuck it here. Well, this cable, where I had this thing set up, it was right here. And she did come in from this direction here, around like this, and in here, because this support wire is bent over here. So that's the direction she came, picked up the snare, and got hung up. The cable was long enough, with the extension and the snare at all, was enough for her to get clear around this tree over here. She didn't wind things up too bad. Normally they go something like this, they'll go round and round, round, round. I just got a wadded up mess, but she didn't do that so much. She was all over the place. She tore this ground up quite a bit in here, as you can see. But anyway, yeah, the top foot plate, the black little round circle you saw on that thing, it's missing. I don't know where it's at. I'm sure it'll show up one day here. I scratched it all around with my walking stick and I couldn't find it, so no big deal. It was easy to make, pretty much. So anyway, I brought more corn to add on to this corn, and the plan is to I need to just stay out of here for a few days. I took the snares down. I left the support wires hanging out just exactly where they were on all 3 of these. You can see them sticking out here. There's one here, there's one there, and there's one there. I didn't bend them out of the way at all. There's no need to. I just took the whammy off of the snare, that plastic whammy, slid it off, and just hung it on the tree. So now they got free access. Nobody's going to get hung up in here, and they can clean this mess up. Yep. So anyway, when they start hitting again, I think I'm going to put another camera on this thing and see what. In the past, I've had as many as 10 hogs come in here and work in this thing. So all right, I just pulled the camera out of base camp swamp this morning before I came here, and there was 23 hits on it. That's lightened up too. Normally they clean that corn right up, but that's lightened up because there's so many acorns dropping. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. We've got a pretty good harvest of acorns this year. And so anyway, let's get back to base camp and review that footage and see what we got. And looks like I'm out of the chicken business, guys. those 3, that mama and those 2 kit coons I let go, they found my chickens. It's my own fault. I wasn't locking them up every night. I was rolling the dice on them. Miss Daisy can't stand them chickens. She said, get rid of them flipping chickens. They're just costing you more money. Costing you more money it's worth. And you know, she's always right, guys, you know. I don't know why these women are always right. Anyway, so I'm getting out of the chicken business. I'm going to drag my chicken tractor out on the main road there and hang a sign on it that says free. And we'll see how long it takes for that thing to disappear. She said, you just need to haul it to dump. I said, no. I said, if haul it to dump, it's going to get run over with a bulldozer. I said, why don't we just set it out there and somebody could use it? So that's what I'll do. But anyway, yeah, they dug underneath. And not only did that, they caved the whole top in on the thing. And there's feathers all on the inside. They had a hell of a pillow fight up in there, getting them chickens out of that chicken tractor. There was only 3 hens left, little bitty. They were the little bitty bantam hens. They were pumping out 3 eggs a day for me on average, yeah. But anyway, that little party's over. That gives me more time to do other things, fooling around with chickens, and you know, just downsize. You know, you got to hit a point, guys, where you need to downsize. You know. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. Downsize a little bit here, and I'm going to get in there and clean all them beds out by hand, and I think I'm going to rent me a rototiller and get in there and chew that stuff up in there. And maybe I'm going to put in another batch of butternut squash this spring. I did really well with that 2 years ago. I mean, I had butternut squash coming out of there by the wheelbarrows full in that biochar dirt that I made. So anyway, well, let's get back to base camp. I'm going to top out. I got old Woody with me here, and he seems sober today. He seems a little bit sober today. Finally, it takes him a day or two to once he gets away from Hunter and that whole corrupt family that, you know, he visits those people. I told him to stay away from it. But anyway, he seems sober today, and he's been holding me up pretty good. And so I'm going to dump this corn here, and I'll come back. And the plan is to reset these on, if they clean this up good, I'm going to reset these snares Saturday. And if I can, I mean, if they're not cleaning it up, there's no need to reset these things. I want to make sure they're hammering this pile hard, cleaning it up, and they will then they'll be more accepted to go back into these snares. I'm also going to reset a snare right here, so we'll have four of them. This is a nice natural trail coming through, and actually they come right through there, come right around here and through here, and they come from over there, come in this way. It doesn't take long for you to, once you start baiting, to start seeing their trails. It's the same way with these guys do in the far north. They dump gut piles for wolves and coyotes, and then they set up power snares. Actually, I can use a power snare in Florida. That's just started, that's been legal, started to be legal, power snaring. And so that's why I can get away with that. I started thinking about the bucket traps here a few years back, and actually I started coming up with that bucket thing before it became legal, and then they finally made it legal, so I started using it for pigs a little bit, and mainly for coons. Anyway, power snares work great. Those guys are up there are slaughtering the wolves and the coyotes. Yeah. I think it's Ryan 1159. Go out and check him. Ryan 1159. And then you've got trap lines and inlines. I think he's in Canada. Trap lines and inlines. A young fella, pretty sharp guy. He's pretty funny. He drops 400 F-bombs during his whole video. So if you're afraid of F-bombs, you may not want to go there, but I'm not afraid of F-bombs. I enjoy the guy. Like, he's a heck of a trapper now, but he uses basically all power. He sets trail sets. He sets in trails. He runs a quad. He runs a snowmobile. He runs a 4-wheel drive truck. He lives in a little cabin that he built himself. Quite a handy guy. Very impressed with that guy. And he puts up a ton of fur, and he uses an all power snare. So if you ever want to see what power snaring is all about, go over there and look at trap lines and inlines. And then you want to look at Ryan. I think it's 1157, 1159. I forget now. But it's Ryan Snaring. You just type in Ryan Snaring, you'll come up with him. Now, I haven't seen him out there this year. Maybe he quit. I think he's in British. I think he's, well, I'm guessing. He's in Canada, that's all I know. And he's hooked up with a sheep farm or something, butcher shop somewhere, and he gets literally trailer loads of meat. He just goes out with his 4-wheel drive. I think it's in Saskatchewan because he's got a lot of grain crop farming there. I think it's Saskatchewan. Tons of coyotes, guys, and this guy can take a coyote hide off and just, I don't know, he's incredible to watch. He can speed skin a coyote. It's unreal what this guy can do. But I haven't seen him out there. Maybe he doesn't do it anymore. But he takes piles of meat out on the edge of a thicket, and he dumps it. So he's basically doing what I'm doing. I'm using corn. He's using sheep innards. He dumps these piles out, and no time at all, here comes all the predators cutting trails through, and he sets up his snares. It's a very simple system. He does not wear any protection. He does not, scent elimination, nothing. And you can get away with a lot, guys, with these snares. I can get away with a lot. Look I don't use any scent protection at all. I'm in freaking walking shoes here. But what happens, the animals get used to your smell. If I was to bring in someone else in here, and they were not used to that smell, but now they've associated my smell with danger because I've taken out this pig in here, right? But like I said, they will have a they will start forgetting what happened because their bellies are going to want this corn, and I will be back in action. Usually I take out 2 a year out of here, and that's enough. Leave the rest for seed. And I don't want to beat these animals down too hard, and that way you always have meat coming in every year. Every year you'll have meat coming in. You can do the same thing, guys. If he really gets hungry out in Joe's world, you know what Joe just did at every turn. He's hurting this nation, and things are may get really hungry the way things are going. You can do what I'm doing with catching deer too. Okay, it's not legal. It's not legal. But when crap hits the fan, and your belly's growling, you will do things that you'll start making up your own rules and regulations. Okay. All right, guys, let's get back to base camp and check that film footage on the base camp cam. See you there. Cashews roasted in sea salt. Hard to beat, guys. Hard to beat. What do we got here? We only got 23 hits. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's right about getting toward dark. 1, 2, 3. 3 limb rats. Yep, those pesky little rascals. Oh, look at here. Oh, he's got a set of big cojones on him. That's a boar coon right there, guys. He's new in town. I've had a sow coon and her 2 kits working this corn pile. But the boys are looking, this time of year, are looking for poontang. Yeah. They're on a poontang hunt. So they'll come far and wide. Look at this fog rolling in, guys. It's been going on all night. That's some serious fog, isn't it? I woke up to 54 degrees and of course it warmed up to 65 real quick before I hit the trail. And quarter-mile visibility. That's what we get this time of year in Florida. Ah, he's walking away. Pretty good side boy. He's a $10 bill all day long. I get $10 for them all day long. Yeah. I think I'm going to leave him proceed though. Look at that fog rolling in, guys. So thick you can walk on. Oh, what do we got here? Little nubbin buck. Yeah, he's a young guy. Good sized body on him. Go down through here and see what else we got. Man, he's eating in a fog storm, ain't he? I really have no idea what time this is. I keep setting the time on this this camera, and it never keeps time right for some reason. It's the only issue. Oh, here he's back again. Same boy. He probably has swamps right over here. He probably ran over here and said, "I want some acorns." Acorns. The crayfish are back in that swamp right there. Lots of cottonmouths out there. Man, that fog's getting thick. Yeah, he's just camped out here, guys. Yeah, that's it. I'll keep monitoring this pile. I don't know where my bucks went. They slipped off because actually the acorns are dropping pretty heavy. And they're working acorns. I had 4 really nice bucks in here. One's a big wall hanger 8-point, but that was like right in September. Yeah, no acorns. 1st of September. They were hungry. All right, guys. See you in the next one soon, and keep playing with these pigs. I don't know. Keep you posted. See ya.